Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shade.
the City.
I am your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today, y'all, we are here to do our recap of the Before the 90 Days, season 7, episode 3, Sound and the Fury. Okay. So yeah, y'all, welcome Shade Squad and all of our new viewers. And I just want to say thank y'all because the numbers we just keep growing and glowing. We always appreciate it. We love you. Thank you.
Really love us.
Sending the girl, some birthday love because that's free 99. So we appreciate those gifts as well. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all. So if you haven't already, hit that like button
and that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into it because as I was just telling Nels, this girl, Renee, she is shit crazy, and I ain't even got it to do. I might need to wait and hold her off until later so I can speak freely. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get shady. Where is my book? All right, y'all. I guess I will start off with them and just try my best to, stifle myself. Anyway, so Renee, she talks about how, she had a rough first night. She complained about how it was humid, but it was cold at the same time. And she jokes that, maybe she's just too much to handle for Chidi. And that's why, he didn't want to stay in the same room because, she's a lot to handle. And I said, girl. And so anyway, I did love this
comedian.
What'd you say?
So she's a comedian.
Oh, right. So basically, Chidi does get her up for breakfast. I love this scene where we see Chidi actually cooking, and he lets us know that he spent a lot of time in the kitchen with his mother growing up. So even though he lost his sight, he still retains the information. And basically he said it took him a little bit to get used to like using knives and like turning on the stove and stuff like that, but he got it done. I mean, she ate it.
I was too.
I was real proud. I was like, okay.
He lit the stove. His hand looked so close to the fire. I was like, Jesus.
Look, when that stuff was falling out the top of the stuff, and I was a little concerned myself, but so basically, he says that anytime that obviously we know Renee is very touchy-feely. And he said that basically every time she touches him, he gets aroused. And this is even more of a reason why he needs to let her know about his vow so she can stop touching all over him, touching him and teasing him because he can't feel her and caress her.
Because she don't even agree with his religion. That might make it worse. Girl.
Oh, see, you know what was so funny? Wait till we get to that. Because as I was watching it, I said, I wonder how Nels feels about this. Because I was like, I think some of her points were valid. It based off of what you said last week and how you would have felt if he didn't tell you for 5 years. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, I agree with how she felt, but that ain't got nothing to do with how she felt about his religion. And
yeah, that was disrespectful.
Of course, the Lord is telling you something different.
Right. Look, just because you're going to be a heathen. Anyway, so Renee and Chidi, and I feel so bad because I never get his sister's name, but they go to visit the market.
Victoria?
Is it Victoria? You're right. I think it is Victoria. So yes, Victoria takes them out to visit the market. I swear I was going to say Rayne. Renee feels away because she, the sister's there. And she was like, well, I wanted some time alone with you. And so the sister or Victoria explains that I came along because I'm trying to teach her how to properly guide him because she don't really know too much either. And their streets are chaotic as hell.
After she saw that, she was happy she came along.
Right. So then Chidi admits that he used to love going to the market when he had his sight, but now that his hearing has intensified since he lost, one of his senses. It's now he's more sensitive as well. And so I love that they do this and how they like the production, like blurs everything out to like, so it comes from his point of view.
Remember,
Like,
who was that they did it with the hearing? You remember?
was it? Oh, it was David, wasn't it?
David, yes, yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
It was. Yeah,
Um,
it is pretty dope when they do that.
yeah. So I thought that was awesome. And then basically he says it's a little too bit much for him, but obviously, she's there, so he's gonna participate. So then they go to the chicken stand. Now, this is where things start to really go left, y'all. Okay. His sister tries to buy a chicken. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm not, y'all know I gotta play the advocate. And now I wouldn't have necessarily wanted to see a chicken unalive and then cooked. However, I understand that that's how things work over there. I do think that her behavior and her reaction was a little disrespectful to their culture. I think I would have just walked away like the sister asked me to and moved on. But she really starts to lose it when the man goes to, when the man goes to off the chicken and she's like, no, I'm not eating that. You better not that chicken. And she starts with the crazy eyes, right?
I think.
Go ahead.
I don't at all agree with her behavior at all.
Mm-hmm.
But we also. I'm gonna cape for her a little bit. We also don't raise chickens.
Okay, very true.
So that's, I don't know. That's like having puppies and you go somewhere where you see them often puppies so they can cook them for dinner.
I mean, well, see,
there are places that do that. But
well, see, I was gonna compare that to I've growing up in North Carolina, I've seen plenty pigs and I've seen them running around eating, seen them grow up, and then I've seen them shot.
You watched them be slaughtered?
Mm-hmm.
You've watched them be slaughtered?
I've seen them hang them upside down and everything. And then
did you see them be slaughtered?
Well, they popped them and then they hang them upside down and they let everything run.
Pop them.
Pow.
Is it wrong to say that I think people
and it's been on the table 3 hours later? I think that was the first time I ever had chitlins.
Maybe I'm being an a-hole, but is it wrong to say I think people don't really care as much about watching pigs?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe no. Maybe somebody. But to your point, if you had pigs, it might be sensitive for you.
Maybe, but I mean, I might feel some type of way about if it was like a cute little pig, but like them big ones that roll around in the dirt, the ones that people eat. I don't think I would really care too much.
I'm not once the bacon hit your plate, you wouldn't. So anyway, moving along. Sorry for that, guys. Just story time. So anyway, so then basically the sister is like, well, I realized that she's becoming a little unhinged. And so, I'm gonna back off. We're not gonna buy it. And she's like, well, if you eat that, you're gonna have to stuff it down your throat or something. She was just being real crazy. Okay.
Did she say something like, if he offset chicken or something, I'm gonna get violent?
Yeah, she did say that. She absolutely said that.
How are we okay just threatening? Like, how we just get past the fact that she's out here threatening people with your violence?
Some strange country that she don't. So anyway, then Rayne, she said Renee said her thing is that she feels like he had no emotion when he grabbed the chicken and he just pulled them out, and she didn't like
he
that.
Does it a few times a day.
So basically, they go move on. The sister finally decides, you know what, I'm gonna leave so I can do my shopping because this was not part of my plan. And so she leaves them there. And then this is a good time. Chidi, basically thanks her and says, I appreciate, basically appreciate you. And you've brought so much to my life. And I love how all the buttering up he was doing before he dropped the news on her.
He dropped the bomb.
Right. And so then he's like, yeah, so by the way, or no, what he said is, what can I do for you? What can I do for you to make you feel special?
And I didn't understand why he asked that. What type of response were you really expecting, sir?
Well, that leads into, I think he wanted to see where she was at. I think if she just would have said, oh, I need more emotional, like I think he knew it was going to be about physical, but I think he left it there to try to see where where her head was at. So
I felt like he opened up the doors for that.
well, I mean, he did. So then basically she lets him know, hey, I basically need more physical from you. I need more of a physical connection. We've been separated for
Yeah, more
5 years.
attention.
Yeah. So yeah, then basically, and then she talks about, well, I wish I would have bought all the chickens so I could have brought them back to my room. Since Chitty ain't sleeping in the room with me. I said, you just sound so childish. It's insane. Um,
I'm glad you used that word because I started to say something and that was
yeah. So anyway, so basically Chitty finally tells her, look, no, I'm celibate and we ain't gonna be no ain't gonna be too much physical connection until we marry. And so, she's confused and she's like, well, what you mean? You've been Christian this whole time, this whole 5 years. So when did this
and we
change?
were talking about getting it in.
Right. She was like, when did you, she was like, you didn't change religion, so I don't understand what changed.
I
And, and she's like, you know what? She's
sound like
confused after
sound like manipulation to me.
what that's what I was starting to think too, because she's like, why is this coming up after 5 years and why do we need to be legally married to have sex? And I do think that was kind of I don't want to say Chitty is, I'm not saying he's using her. However, I do think it's weird that he slipped that in there. But again, he did tell us this is his
I don't
vow.
think he's using her. I think he does actually like her. Plus, he said that this is like a dream for him that, given his condition, she's so in love with him. And I think he's happy with her. I think this is where he wants to be. I just think he knew, had he told her this early on, it would have never got this far. And that's what I meant by manipulation.
Okay. Because what I see from my point of view, this is Michael's season 1.
Oh no, I don't think so.
When we all saw Angela and we said, why is he with her? She's
No.
she's crazy as well.
I don't think so. I don't think it's like a Michael situation. I think he does actually like her. But I meant like emotionally manipulating her.
Mm. So anyway, so basically she's confused because she was like, well, you told me we were soulmates, and I believe that we were soulmates, then God would say get it in, basically. God said go. And he's like, nah, I don't believe in doing
God
that.
told me hell no.
Right. And then she was like, well, it sounds to me that God is telling you one thing and me another.
That's how he does. My message is my message and yours is yours. Woman, don't you know how God works?
Right. And so basically she lets him know that she's not cool with it. And she starts to become unhinged again and said if she knew this, she wouldn't have gotten on a plane, which I think we all can agree that we've all said that.
And that's why I think
it was manipulation. That was absolutely.
That's what I mean. Because he knew it wouldn't have got this far. She wouldn't have got on the plane. They probably wouldn't have even continued to talk. She wouldn't have caught feelings for him because she would have been cut him off. And that's what I mean by manipulation. He did it because it wouldn't have got as far as it did.
I don't think for me, I don't even know if it'll get as far as it is once she starts talking about her UFOs and aliens and stuff. If he's really that much of a Christian, I don't know how that's going to really work.
I think because he feels that it would be hard for him to find someone else. I think he looks past a lot of things. Because ain't no way in hell you just threatened my sister and I just love her so much. You're so amazing. So next up is Tigerlily and Adnan.
This is Nels's favorite.
Physically, I think they're both cute.
Yeah, they are both cute.
They're just dumb as hell. So Adnan introduced Tigerlily to his brother. Clearly he has, I'm sorry, brothers, because we pick up where we left off. She's going in to sign this marriage contract and his family's there. So she's introduced to the brothers. He clearly has no problem admitting who the favorite brother is. I feel like I've seen this before in one of these shows. It's a secret. Favorite is a secret. They don't give a damn. Um, then he introduced her to the mom. The mom says she supports him, but she believes Tigerlily look a little scared. She a little
Right.
frightened. She really don't want to be here. So at the well, I guess is it a ceremony? Yeah,
I
whatever.
guess it is kind of a ceremony. Yeah.
So at the ceremony, Tigerlily has really no idea what the hell is going on. She said
None
she's
at
in a
all.
country, and he made it seem like they was going to explain everything. So she said she's in a foreign
They did.
country with
They said, say this, and say this.
not in the very beginning. I know. I think like I guess like maybe that was the vows or something. They did it in English, but I need to know the instructions. I need to know everything. I need to know everything that's going. Can we translate everything? Um.
That's
Anyway, so she said, she's in a foreign country with people that she don't know, no family, no friends, and she could possibly be putting herself in a bad situation. But she has a gut feeling telling her that this is a real thing and it's real love. So she did it. Okay, she did it anyway.
we knew she
After
was gonna do it.
what do you
Now the
say?
real question is how she gonna get out of it, but we knew she was gonna do it.
Yeah. Now after the ceremony, they exchanged rings. He said that he loves her so much with his heart and soul, and he'll do whatever he needs to do to make her happy. He said now that they're married, he won't get it in. He want to kiss her, he won't get it in, but he can't do none of that in public. So he said he tired of this virgin life that he living. Let's
Okay.
get back to the hotel and make it do what it do, baby.
Let's
Okay.
consummate this merge.
So Adnan, he woke up a whole new man. Okay, he is no longer a virgin after all these years. He said last night was his favorite night in his life.
Right. I bet it was.
Apparently, she enjoyed it as well. She said nothing needs to be worked on. She's surprised she's able to walk, able to stand. Okay. Now this day she's going to be meeting his extended family since she really didn't get to talk to them very much at the
Ceremony.
marriage license signing.
Yeah.
So she decided to get to know them better before the celebration. She let him know that Cruz and Shay, aren't there. So she called somebody from the spa to do her hair. Apparently, she gave him the day off.
So
Now
they
he was
were
all
ready
on
for
board.
the big ceremony coming up.
Yes. Well, you
Or
said,
I should say
oh, yes.
celebration.
Yes, to let them rest up for the ceremony. Yes. So yeah, he was all on board with this until he found out the hairstylist was a guy. He said Cruz was okay because she's known this dude for so long. And some random guy is just not acceptable. So the hairstylist clearly knows something's up. I think he knows exactly what's going on. I don't know why you would even be a man hairstylist to a woman over there.
If you know that, but I'm sure they have visitors and not everybody feels that way.
You know what? You're right. From other countries,
But
you're probably
I thought the same thing. I said, well, if it's a part of the culture, why would they send a male? But then I said, I'm sure people, and she's staying in a nice hotel. So it gives me, they have other travelers that don't, you know what I mean, have those same restrictions.
You are absolutely
But
right.
he also understood what was going on. You see how fast
That's
he moved.
he didn't even touch her. He stood
Right.
back and looked over at Adnan like,
can I do this or not? Right.
exactly, pretty much.
Like, either way, she made the call, so I'm still gonna get paid.
So basically he told her he doesn't want any man to touch her because she is just for him. But she said that she believed that she needs her hair done. Okay, and she can't be going to meet his family looking like this. And he said he'll allow it just for today. And then he literally sat there and watched her the entire time. And then told her to pull her shorts down. She said she's never seen him like this before. Of course you haven't. You're just meeting him.
Right.
Like what, girl? He said he put on a 5-minute timer. Okay, and said that's when the hair needs to be done. So she tried to basically tell him that it'll be done when it'll be done, and he wasn't trying to hear none of that. And the hairstylist caught his drift and basically said we'll be done soon. And he made sure by the time that timer was up, he was just fluffing it up a little bit. Okay. So, now she's worried, okay, because she didn't realize how extreme the rules were compared to how they are here in the US and the
Right.
US culture. Um so when Tigerlily and Adnan they get to the event with his family, she meets everyone. Um they sat at separate tables, okay? The guys and the girls sat separately, and I completely understand why. The dudes was over there eating with their hands, just making a mess, just throwing it all back. Then he comes over to her, balls up her rice and meat in a ball with his hands and stuffs it in her mouth. I love the fact in a confessional, he said, "You didn't like that?" She said, "No,
No.
I did not like you squishing up my rice and my meat and putting it in my mouth." I was like, yeah, it was disgusting. Um, his mom said that, her first thought was that Lily was scared and, really wasn't going to fit in with their traditions, but she definitely fits in their hearts. And, she trusts her son's decisions. Then his brother approached them about where he was going to live. Okay. And I was like, he don't know. So
She's confused because she was like, "Yes, you do. We talked about this."
well, he said that in their language. So she ain't even know what was going on. So the brother is like asking her, so, you think you want to stay here in Jordan or, you taking my brother back to America? And she feeling like, how y'all so close?
And you don't know
And
this yet.
you don't know the plan. Okay. So she lets him know that basically I got kids back in America. So your brother will definitely be coming with me. Okay.
Right.
And she's just hoping that this man ain't holding nothing back from her, keeping nothing from her. Because that's he's already done it. And I mean, within the short amount of time that she's met him in person, she's seen he'll just come out the woodwork with stuff. So
Facts. All right, let's move on to our new couple, and it's always a show, right? So,
Sunny's cute.
who? Sunny
Sunny's
is
cute.
cute. Sunny is cute, and so is Veah, but her mindset isn't cute.
Veah, Veah.
Veah, her mindset isn't cute.
I
So
love her eyes.
oh yes, look, if that would be somebody to get me go overseas, be Sunny.
I ain't gonna lie. He was cuter back in the day, but he's still cute. Like the older pictures were cuter, but he's still cute.
He just you just gotta dress him up right. He got a little bit of style to it. You just need to
It's
get
them
him.
eyes, girl. It's them eyes.
So
If you
Sunny,
don't stop looking at me,
you stupid. Sunny is 25 from Durban, South Africa. He's originally from Bangladesh, but moved there to help his father run his store after attending school. He's very shy, and he said he had trouble making friends when he was there at first. He explains that Durban has a very mixed culture of Indian, Bangladeshi, and Muslim people. We see him go to the spice market with his roommate slash friend Ali, who they've been roomies for 5 years now. They're preparing, I guess, to stock the house up with spices because we're gonna meet his good old girlfriend, Veah, I believe is her name. He met her online, and she's 27 years old from Orlando, Florida. He tells Ali that he's confident that they'll be happy, and so Ali is like, "You forget I live with you, right?"
right? Like, why are you so confident, homie?
Right. And so he's like, because she loves me as special, different. Okay.
It's bullshit.
So basically, Sunny shares that Veah had a rough life. She grew up in foster care, and he says that he can relate. Because although he's okay with his dad, he, I guess, grew up a little resentful because he didn't grow up, I guess, with them. And I wish he would have.
Dad. Remember, his dad moved to another country.
Okay, yeah. He made it seem like he didn't grow up with the rest of his family either.
No. He was just resentful to his dad because he didn't
okay. Look at Nels. Thank you for clearing that up. So Sunny talks about how, how comfortable he feels with her and Ali, and brings up, oh no. So yeah, he talks about how comfortable he feels. And then Ali was like, but y'all are fighting all the time. I don't understand where this feeling of comfort is. Like, again, it's bullshit. Okay, so then he's hopeful that things are going to work out, but he does admit that he don't really trust her. He has trust issues because she's still really friendly with her ex-boyfriend, and he's jealous about this. And so he's in their culture that's just strange and weird, and it's not common.
And and
And so,
and these Americans keep on talking about an American culture. That's just what they do.
right.
No, no,
And
it ain't.
and he explains that basically it's not acceptable, and she's going to need to forget that, or they're not going to work. So basically, Ali says, "Well, make sure you consider all that, because all that other stuff he was talking. Make sure you consider all that before you propose to her."
Mm.
So then they go out to pray, and he says that that helps calms him when he feels stressed. We finally get to meet Avea. She's sharing with her friends
You're
that
calling her Avea?
I thought it was Avea, whatever. Vea,
It's just Vea. Yeah, just Vea.
I thought he said Avea, but okay. So basically, she says she's a little bit nervous because she ain't never traveled outside the country. She admits that she has anxiety and believes it's a result of her upbringing, but as we know, she was in foster care. We learned she was one out of 8 kids, and then apparently, both her parents had addiction issues. So yeah, she pretty much grew up separate from her siblings. It sounds like in foster homes, and says that unfortunately most foster parents don't really care about or focus on the needs or emotions of the kids. So then she talks about being concerned about the blackouts and being able to charge her phone. So her homegirl is like, well, you need a converter so you can make sure that you can fit the plug. And she's like, what is that? And I said, bless her heart. But she's hopeful that, Sunny's going to be her forever, and hopes that on this trip that they're going to get engaged so she can apply for the K1 visa. And then she brings up that they had communication issues. And of course, we all love to see it, right? Where they tell all their friends the bad things about this person before they go and get on a plane to go see them. Okay. So she lets them all know that, they've had issues because he basically believes she's cheating. He tracks her phone. And, they get into it often about this apparently. And so she worries about if they get in an argument while she's in Durban, what is she going to do? So this smartass has the bright idea, why don't I invite my ex-boyfriend Rory? So all her friends are like, why is that a good idea? I'm confusion. Why is that a good idea? But she seems to think that this is the best option. And she also explains that not only does Sunny not like the fact that she's ex-boyfriend, but the ex-boyfriend is petty and went up under Sunny's pictures and commented ha ha or laughing emojis, or I don't know.
Yeah, it
And
was hard. Yeah. I'm starting to understand why Sunny's jealous.
right. But she said, I can't imagine traveling without him. And she admits that she ain't told Sunny he was coming. And but she
She
plans to
doesn't
tell.
plan to.
She says she plans to tell him once she gets to South Africa, but she's just
He
hopeful
already, that ain't telling him, boo. That's him. That's him ambushing him.
that is exactly what it is. But she's not the only one on the show that likes to ambush people. And she's hopeful that Sunny will basically be able to see her side of things.
You know what? You know what's so funny? When she said that to her friends and they didn't say nothing, I was like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Y'all just going.
No, even her friend said, "Oh, that's what's in this pot is cooking." Okay, dumb. I mean,
Yeah,
what can you?
they said it to the
What
confession.
you really saying?
No, I would have told you you was a dumb ass street. I'd have been
Oh,
like, you dumb ass. You going over there to meet this man for the first time. I hope look, girl, I hope you got money to change your ticket just in
right,
case.
right.
Because you might
Bless her
become
heart.
so bad. Next up is Brian and Ingrid.
I actually like them, but I think that I think it was too much too soon for me.
I think so too. I think so too. So Ingrid and Brian are leaving the airport. He asked her to install his hand controls in the car because he's unable. And she a little shocked. She a little surprised. She like, I don't know why the hell he asked me to do it.
He told me he was very self-sufficient. And
He
here's the
said,
thing, I get what he was doing or testing her, but I felt like the moment when she's in heels and a dress and you just picked her, I just thought that was the wrong, like, you know what I mean? Fresh off you just meeting her. Like, I
I,
think that
I
would have
get
been
that.
maybe for the next day, or you understand what I'm saying? But I guess because they had to leave.
So I get that, but then also he said that he couldn't do it because of his hands.
That's a good
So
point.
I don't know if that was actually a part of the test or
I
he
was gonna
actually really did
I
need
felt like
help.
he was testing her. I felt like he was testing. I think it's more difficult for him to do it on his own, but I think he does it.
Okay.
I think he
Well,
absolutely was testing her.
what you ain't about to do is have me looking. I'm out here all cute and stuff, and I'm out here breaking my nails. Yeah, it's a no for me. I'd call production over. You know what? I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
My hands too. I can't do it. So when I get back to the hotel, she jumps in the shower. He said he's exhausted from traveling, but he wants to see where the night takes them. So he takes half of a blue pill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He said that, he did it for some normalcy. Okay. Because a guy gets aroused when he sees a woman and he wants to be able to create that. Um, he said in reality, he doesn't feel.
He said he doesn't feel nothing.
Yeah, in reality, he said he doesn't feel much down there. Regardless, it's
Which
important
is
to him.
crazy because
Regardless,
I
what?
thought he said that they can explode like on an earlier episode. I ain't trying to get too detailed and get that flag, but you know what I'm saying. He said that they can but it can cause an aneurysm. So that's why they don't, or that's why you don't want to. But it would make me think if it can cause you to explode, then that means you feel it. You're getting some type of am I wrong?
Listen,
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. That's why I'm confusion right now.
he said he don't feel much down there, but sex is important because he wants to feel wanted.
Right.
So outside of any other feelings, outside of feeling wanted, I don't know what else that man feels.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll leave it there.
So he asked Ingrid for help, taking his clothes off so he can get in the shower. And he said that, he does this test to gauge people's attitudes and their patience, but in reality, he can do everything on his own. So she helps him get in the chair. And then, she went to lay down and, um, you know, she hears something going on in the shower. She's like, what the hell is that? Apparently, he needs to get an erection in order to put in his catheter.
Yes, that's what he said.
So when he got out the shower, he shows her these like picture instructions on how it all works. Okay. She said, she understands this is his life, this is his everyday, but she feels like it was a little weird for him to show her that just a few hours after they met. And I can agree because she was kind of cool with everything else.
Right.
And, she said it's making her feel overwhelmed. She said, it was just too much information for one day. Then he asked her to help with the catheter, and she declined. So he's
Right.
like, "Am I disrespecting you?" She's like, "No, no, no. I'm just shy. Just, go on about your business, sir. Go on about your business."
Big
And he's
woman,
realized
you didn't handle it yourself. Go ahead and handle that.
exactly. And he's realizing that, maybe he exposed too much too soon. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I mean, we ain't even spent the whole night together. Can we just
Can we get to the first night? Because apparently he's gonna be dropping some more surprises on her. Surprise, surprise. All right. Last but not least, or at least one of them is not least. We have Loren and Faith. All right. So now we see Faith. She's kind of
You got their picture?
right there.
Oh, you know what it was?
Because they're
Because it's
blending
right here. Yeah.
um, so Faith is basically showing Loren around, as they're on the cab ride to the hotel. And I felt like she kept saying, I thought they were in Manila. Am I confused? Because I felt like she said they were somewhere else when they went to eat. Maybe I'm wrong.
They
I felt
were.
like
They went to eat. But
okay, I felt like it was a different city. It was another. It started with an M, but it wasn't Manila, and I was like, huh? Okay, so Loren feels like Faith is a little shy physically, and he's hoping that she's gonna warm up. Faith feels like this is a new chapter for her. So as they go to check into the hotel that she works at, as we know, she said that they've only been talking for 6 months, and so she's not comfortable sharing a room with him. I think that's valid. And basically, she just wants to take time before having sex because this is obviously, we know, her first like real relationship. So they go to eat some traditional Filipino food, which happened to be bone marrow. And I can tell y'all, it's not for everybody. I personally don't. But bone marrow, and then I guess it looked like maybe just noodles or something like that with some meat. Like I'm what okay, I ain't even gonna add because your face is saying it all. So she talks about that being her first date and how most American men, would tell her that they loved her. And then after finding out she was trans, they would basically block her. And so yeah, I've obviously we know that she hasn't had the best dating or relationship track record. So then basically Loren tells her that he likes her just the way she is. And then he pulls out his girlfriend test. And I said, oh my God. And it has 40 questions and they're dumb questions. Like, how would you describe a bird? What was the other one? It was just really multiple. My notes say childish. Okay. And Faith thinks that this is a little weird and feels that it's very grade school. And I said childish. And then Faith explains that she's wanting to take things slow since, this is her first relationship. And Loren says that he understands that, but he's concerned because they need to connect on so many levels before he tries to ambush her with his plans to move. And that's it for them.
What did you see her face when he was like, yeah, take as long as you need, but we should know within 20 days, right? And she was just like,
I just feel so bad for Faith because I can see that Loren is full of, and I hate it for her because she's really hoping this is going to be her end all be all, that he going to give her the American dream, that he going to be able to take care of her.
Now this is giving user.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely giving user. He trying to get his Filipino citizenship. Bless her heart. So yeah, y'all. That was pretty much this episode of 90 Day, or yeah, before the 90 days. If you haven't already, please make sure that y'all go ahead and hit that like button for us.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure you subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And make sure you catch up with us Thursday night and put your notification bells on. As you know, we will be celebrating the birthday girl, the, Virgo of Virgos, okay? Outside of Beyonce, of course. But, she let Chanel have, share some of her shine, So, yeah, which is not a Virgo thing to do at all. So, anyway. So y'all make sure y'all join us for the live. And yeah, we look forward to seeing y'all and catching up with you next week. Have a good night. Bye-bye.